Let's see what's going on here. Just waiting. Okay. Get a little color on there. Hey, Susie, how are you? Right. Okay, so we have got quite a bit of a show tonight. We are going to be talking about how to call yourself out so that you can call your people in. That's just the bottom line. Like the show description says, it's kind of like, how to call yourself out with a lot of elegance and grace, without fear, so that you really can start to create a community of people who get you, who appreciate your point of view, who appreciate what you are doing, and ultimately, having customers and clients who totally will buy from you. There's probably going to be some hard truths here. Not going to lie. Definitely, probably going to be some hard truths because this could be a little bit tough for some folks. Absolutely. Hey, Suzanne, how are you? Suzanne is one of our POMs, so we're going to be starting her cohort soon, next Monday. I'm super excited about that too. Just checking in on the Facebook universe, just seeing if all of that is just okay, because you just never know. You just never know with the Facebook how it's all works. I'm just checking. Yeah, I'm super excited. All the dragons really love it, so I'm super excited too. Okay. So just seeing everything. Okay. All right. So we're just going to go ahead and get started. So the number one thing when people are kind of telling me that they're, there's a misalignment with their audience or not quite sure how to get everybody, or they're just like, they're posting stuff, they're being really passionate, they're telling people like how they feel about some stuff, and then they're getting people who like hate on their comments, who are trying to keep them in the same space. Maybe perhaps you're even feeling like you're ready to grow, like you've outgrown your audience, or maybe you've really just kind of like outgrown, the topic that you're talking about. It's totally normal. It's totally normal. I don't understand. I'm working with a couple dragons right now in the dragon cohort, and it's very obvious that there's probably, there's quite a few of them in there, okay, who are definitely outgrowing their audiences and the topics that they were known for. And it's really, really scary. So tonight's episode is really going to be talking about how you can call yourself out so that you can call your people in. So if you are seeing that you're having a difficult time really creating a community, or you're just being misaligned with the clients that are trying to come to you and pay you, and you're just like, oh my God, I do not like anybody who's coming with me, then it's a pretty big red flag that you are perhaps not really putting out there who you are and how you can, and who you are, what you're about, what your whole thing is, and those people that you really could serve, they're not seeing it, right? Because you're not calling it out. So basically the premise of this is really straightforward. Call yourself out first. You have to call yourself out first. You have to say, okay, this is my stand about, astrology. This is my stand about hula hooping. This is my stand about whatever it is in your industry. Even if it's unpopular or just weird or off the wall, maybe that's the first step you have to go to, is you have to say, you know what, I don't agree with what's going on. This is kind of like what I want to do. This is what I'm talking about. Now, this can be really difficult if you have already an established audience, but you have to do it. You have to do it. I'm going to be straight up and straightforward with you about this. Another thing too is, let's just say, and this is really totally common, is that there are folks who, like they start off in one thing. Like there's many people, like, having done this, being on the online space for almost 10 years, this is so common. When you first start out, you go with what's tried and true. You go with what's safe. Whether you're like, I'm going to be, I'm going to do tech stuff. I'm going to be a VA. I'm going to do this. And then as you get more confident and more comfortable being a business owner and getting a little more experience, you start to feel the urge to really want to go out expressing your true talents, your true gifts. You start to really feel like you want to, like maybe like for me, I started off as a copywriter, as a launch strategist and content strategist. That's how I started out, and writing copy for dudes and just for different types of businesses. Like it was super great. But in the meantime, the back of the shop, I was like throwing cards, being all super woo, talking to spirits, reading up astrology, all that stuff. And there had to be a point where I had to come out of the broom closet for me. And it was so scary. It was so scary because I was afraid of like talking about my intuitive stuff. I was so afraid about it that I was going to lose my existing clientele. Like it was really scary. And so for me, my personal journey, I had to start like a private, a private Instagram feed where I was just like posting pictures of like, my crystals and my flowers, my offerings on my altar and all this stuff. And I was just trying to build the courage to like put something on my bio. Like I didn't even have my real name. I think I had like my name, but like with like, a weird emoji or something. Like it was so terrifying, right? To call myself out and be like, hi, I'm super woo. But making that decision and not expecting perfection off the bat is why we're all here today. Like if I didn't do that, and I know I keep saying that because I really want folks out there who like are starting to take those steps of like showing up online as themselves, and then having the courage to say, I have these beautiful gifts. They come really easy to me. I can offer them to you, and here's my payment. Here's my PayPal link to pay me. Like it's a big, huge deal to go out and step out on that ledge and say, I have these beautiful gifts, and I want to share them, and you can purchase them. However it shows up, right? So, so here's the thing. When I started this, I felt like I had to dissociate myself from a freaking great company, okay, which is like a recon and all this like super nerdy stuff here for copywriting and everything. And like the business mystic, like I had to like disassociate them. Like they were two different things. They were like the eyebrows on my face. Like they were me, but they were never connected. Like they didn't know about each other, right? Like it's kind of how it felt to me at the time. And then when I first started coming out as the business mystic, I felt at first I had to come out with my craft, with like the magical side of things. Like, would I call myself a witch? Absolutely. And I thought that I had to. I thought I had to come out and lead with that. But then as I kind of got more comfortable, I was like, you know what? My spiritual witchy wooiness, like that needs to be private. For me, that still needs to be private. But still, that's not something I want to lead within my business. I'd rather talk about strategy and astrology and tarot and all this other stuff, like all these toolkits, all these other things that could be toolkits for business owners, than the witchy stuff. Like there's tons of people who talk about witchy stuff. I just am not going to be one of them, but little by little, by at least proclaiming like, hey, I'm woo, I do all this stuff, I talk to spirits, I'm all about astrology, and just getting the confidence to call it out, I was able to attract all you wonderful folks in. I was able to do that. That would have never happened if I didn't first say, hi, I am so sparkly woo. I'm not a unicorn, but, I like unicorns and I hang out with them. I had to call myself out. And many in our industry, many of the people you probably follow that you really admire, what you're feeling very, attracted to, I feel like I'm having hair here. I feel like, they had to call themselves out too. So all those quote unquote big names, or the people that you follow, that you love, that you're like, oh my gosh, they just really get me and I really get them. Or I really love their messaging, or I really want to be like them. They call themselves out. They have called themselves out. Okay. So, you have to take that courage. If you want to start attracting the people who get you, if you want to start attracting people who will resonate with your message, who will buy your services and products that are like in aligned with who you are, you have to call yourself out first. We have to earn the right, for that purchase, right? Like we have to know, like, and trust and all. That's how we earn it. Know, like, and trust, all that stuff, right? All the marketing. But the first step is call yourself out. Be like, hi, yes, I'm I'm the person who mixes, mathematics and manifesting. I'm the person, who's going to take the stand against this approach that's considered a standard in my industry. I'm going to be the person who is like, who thinks we should mix our foods on our plate, whatever, you have to call yourself out. Your people are never going to know that you are their person unless you say, I am your person. And this is how you know I am your person. And you talk about it. Okay. So for a lot of you, the scariest thing of all is, what will my existing clients say? What will my friends, my family say? What will I say if I saw my own profile or whatever? Well, okay, you're right. It is super scary. It's a big, huge deal. Absolutely. Hey, Catherine on Facebook. Hey, girl, just saying hi. What are they going to say? Well, the question I have to ask you is, what skin do they have in your game? What skin do they have in your game? Are they repeat customers? Are they possible people? Are they just family and friends? If they're existing clients, can you separate the two? For some people, they have two sets of clients. They have the straight, corporate type of clients, and they're fine with it. And then there are people who, and then they also have a clientele that's a little bit more woo, like it's okay. If you're worried about what your family and your friends will say, consider maybe having two different profiles. It's totally fine. You could totally do that. It's totally fine. There's ways to make it easy for you to lower the barrier of tension to put yourself out there. Now, there are definite real circumstances where it could be very dangerous, depending on where you are in the world. It can just be very difficult to, but if there's a will, there's a way, especially if you're doing this for business, because business means we have to be visible. We have to be visible. No one can buy what you are trying to sell. No one can experience the transformation that you can provide unless you say, hi, I'm here. Can I get an amen emoji on this one? Okay, like you would have. Can I get an amen emoji or I think that's what that is, right? Is it the amen one? So it's just like one of those things, Okay, so Lamont, I think it's Lamont. I'm so sorry. It's like teeny tiny writing here. He's got a 35-year-old repeat client. It's okay. You can totally have two different types of clients. If you have, you can have as many, can you start another thing? You can find a way. If you can straddle a state line and be in two places in once, you can find another way. You can start another side hustle, another side gig that serves the clientele you really want to build. Again, I don't know your industry, but, to build up the rapport. That's what I had to do. I had my freaking great company clients, and some of them are still with me to this day, and I love them so much. Hugs and kisses. Mwah, 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 mwah. And then I had to slowly and steadily build up the business mystic part. I had to slowly start building this part up too. It didn't happen all at once. So Catherine on Facebook says that is what she's going to do. She's going to have a separate Instagram handle for her. And what Catherine's going to be doing is astrology and psychology. So that's super fascinating, right? Those intersections. Love it. So, the business is 35 years old. Okay. Well, you know what? Tons of clientele. So I don't know what exactly you're doing. Do you want to search for Lamont? I'm so sorry that the font is tiny on the Instagram. Entertainment. Can you tell us what specifically? And it's okay because, I've written copy for porn stars before. So we're totally open here at the Business Mystic universe. Okay. Oh, telegrams. That is so fascinating. Do you still want to do telegrams with a different type of clientele? Start a new business. Start a new business section. You know what? You can be an arm. If Coca-Cola can sell us soda pop, oh my God, I cannot believe it. Bottled water and vitamin drinks and energy drinks, you can do the same thing. You can also sell beverages or telegrams to your people, but then, have something fun, have the younger kid version. There is a lady, she was a Biddle, so her family could trace their roots back to the what was that? Oh my God, Oh, the pilgrims that landed in Plymouth, and I'm forgetting the name. The Sunflower, I think that's what it was. So she could trace her family roots to that. She was like in New York. She was a buyer, super famous, blah, blah, blah. Her last name was Biddle. And she got laid off from her job. She didn't know what to do. She had her kids. She started a high-class escort service. Now you're like, Eliza, where does this have to do with me calling myself out online? Okay, well, this is to answer Lamont's Rex. Sorry again, I think it's Lamont. Is thing. So she had this super high class escort service. You could read about it. I'm not making this up. It's Biddle. That's last name, like a fiddle, but Biddle. So she had her regular high class ladies, and then she had a section for a very busty ladies, and she had like, still part of the same industry, but but more busty ladies. Right? So it's a super segment. I'm like losing all these people. They're like, oh Lord, this is not what I signed up for. Same thing. She applied what she learned from this one business and started something different. Likewise, Lamont, you could do the same thing. If anyone else is in a similar situation where you have an established presence and you maybe want to go for maybe a more contemporary or younger or just a different angle, why can't you start another business? Why can't you start another arm? Why can't you see it in the scope of like a little empire you got going on here? Like, why not? Look at Facebook. Facebook's buying all the social media channels. It's still doing the same thing. It's just like different people. It caters to different types of audiences. So you can absolutely do that. Catering to house moms. Exactly. Yes. So, like, don't be afraid to do that. Don't be afraid to do that. Flex and flow. You can do this. You can translate the skills that you learned in one industry and go to another, but you have to call yourself out. Call yourself out first so you can start finding those clients. Okay, just because you're not starting over. Okay, if some of you are totally in the same position as Lamont is, and it's like you are not starting over, you are starting something new. So don't get it twisted in your head. Make it easy. Okay, but call yourself out first. Call yourself out first. Don't be afraid to call yourself out. Okay, like don't leave money on the table for this. Don't sit on this. Okay, so if you're brand new, you have a lot of different types of pressures. It is kind of scary on so many different levels, but you are in the perfect time because you're new. So you have a little bit more flexibility to be wild, wild west. You want to have red hair one day, have red hair one day. You want to do something different and something new that I haven't even seen yet. Okay, do it. Do it. So it's just one of those type of things. Okay, I'm gonna go check Facebook here. Okay. Catherine, do you have any questions? Yes, thank you. It's hard. I'm also live streaming on the YouTubes. I don't know how I did that, but I clicked the button. I'm looking like I'm totally doing the YouTubes. Okay, does anybody have any questions? Hotbots USA. Okay, that's cute. That's cute. I love it. Let me see here. Yeah, if you need to have different sections in your business, go right ahead. Go right ahead. Like everyone freaks out about this, but like the apps have made it so easy for you to switch back and forth between accounts. So there's no excuse. They've made it really easy for everyone to switch back and forth between. Even Pinterest is on board with this now. Hey, Remy. So yeah, okay, and doing a DBA, doing a business ad, so you can technically have one, that's a legal thing, totally easy. Yes, so Catherine, she's a new business owner and calling herself out. Yes, if you are new to online business or any business, this is the perfect time because you can quote unquote make all the mistakes, look like a fool, do whatever you want, try different personalities and do it. But the most important thing is call yourself out. Hi, I'm Eliza. I'm super woo. I talk about astrology. I talk about strategy. I'm all about this for my business. If you don't value intuition, I'm not your girl. If you don't like girls with round faces and weird janky eyebrows, I'm not your girl. If you don't jive with my content, you don't like my approach, my personality, I'm not your girl. Don't buy from me. Don't buy from me. I don't want your headache. Okay, so that is absolutely it. Do not be afraid to call yourself out, to call your people in. My girl, Rachel, RKA _ Rachel K. Albers, she calls herself the business comedian. Okay, and she's had this moment where she has definitely like gone after different things. Like she's completely changed the way she's doing things, and she just went for it. She's pretty established. She does awkward marketing. She does gift university. She just went for it. Balls to the walls. And and she's established. She's known for something. She's known for her thing, and she's like, okay, I'm just tearing it down and doing something different. Go for it. Yeah, I love RKA. Yeah, hey Tashina. Yep. Yes. I love it. So, I mean, so go for it. But if for you to find the people that you want to hang out with, who you want to work with, who are a joy, you have to call yourself out first. You have to tell them that this is what I'm about, and sometimes maybe, if you still enjoy doing the business that you're doing, but you don't want to like upset the apple cart, start something new, start a different arm of it. It's okay. The technology has made it so easy for us to start new businesses and to start new things. Like it has just, software has democratized, I cannot say that flippin' word, democratized, there we go, the ability to put ourselves out there online. Like there's a million trillion done for you, drop and drag. You could register your whole business online. You don't even have to see a lawyer. You can do it all online. Click, 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 pay, done. New business, new name, new hairdo, easy. Destroy and build, or add and build. I have a friend who who lives has who lives I know a lot of really interesting people. Some are total a-holes and some are total like sweethearts. I just know a lot of people. I think it's because I'm a Pisces. And he was a tantric guy too. And Air Force. What's up with the military? Okay, anyways, another live stream for another night, folks. But he was talking about, the poly life. Like, oh my God, no one's gonna listen to me. But he was talking about how that whole concept was about addition and multiplication and not subtraction and division. Well, I want you to take kind of that, but with your business, if you're ready to call yourself out, add something to it. Add another aspect of yourself. Add another profile, another thing. It's okay. And then multiply, make money. Oh my gosh. What about staying with the same account but changing your biz? Okay, if you're going in a new direction, number one, there's a gal who I love who did this. Her name, oh my gosh, she just changed her name, but she does human design. Tiffany Purdy. I love her. You can still search for her, Tiffany with an I, Purdy, Purdy. She does human design. I love her. I want to get her as a guest in my Golden Circle group, but she just recently changed her name. She just recently, number one, realized that she had outgrew her name, so she changed it. So here's the thing: you want to change your name, change it. Just change it. Start changing out social media. Totally okay. If you want to keep your same handle, but you're changing the direction of your business, start with your bio. Because bios are so scary to us for some reason. We're like, oh my God, what does this mean? It means you have different emojis now. It means you're using different words. It's fine. It's fine. You could totally change it, I would first go ahead and change your bio and then make an announcement. Let your people know, let your list know, I'm going in a new direction. This is what's going on. And be okay with having people do honorable exits. If it's time for them to leave your space because they're not jiving with your new material, it's okay. Because guess what? They're now opening the space for people who will. I sent out an email a couple weeks ago, and it was more of a lifestyle-y. I'm going to take a sip of my drink real quick. I sent out a more lifestyle-y newsletter because my regular weekly newsletter, which if you're not on, you need to sign up for. It's free every week. Every week on Monday, I send you fresh, hot, beautiful forecasts and super eerily accurate horoscopes based on your sun sign. Sign up. It's free. Do it. Get on right now. Link in profile. But don't leave the live stream, though. And it was more lifestyle-y, just talking about some resources I had found and some things I kind of want to do. But nothing weird. I had 120 unsubs. No joke, 120. And that's a lot, and you're like, oh my God, was this something I said? It was something I said, and that's fine. Totally A-okay. I had one person email me who I love, and she's like, Eliza, I just realized I had 2 emails signed up for your email list. So I just unsubscribed the one that was an extra. Okay, no worries, boo. So 119. Okay. But that's fine. If you don't like what I have to say, it's fine. It's okay. Not your thing. No problem. I'm still getting sales. I still have people who pay me. I still have people who want to work with me. I'm okay. Likewise, so will you. If you're changing your direction, if you're one of those people who never talk to their list and it's like a dead list or a dead Facebook group, and I have a dead Facebook group, I own it. I own it in my heart. But we have a plan for it. Spring equinox, something happening there. But like April 20th or March 20th. If you're one of those people, you don't worry about it. Change your stuff over, send an email list. Just say, hey, you signed up here because you had an opt-in when I was talking about, salt lamps. And now I've switched over to, talking about, 1940s globe fixtures. So if you're still interested, if you want to still hang out with me on this new adventure as I talk about 1940s Art Deco globe fixtures, you're welcome to stay. But if you were here because I was talking about salt lamps and you're no longer interested and it's not aligned, feel free to unsub. Thank you. Make it an honorable exit. Don't be weird. Oh my gosh, I got my girl Stephanie's here, my fellow Pisces. She had 37 unsubs today. It's okay. Those 37 people are not going to buy your new thing. Those 37 people are not going to appreciate your new point of view. They're not going to be able to benefit or find value in what you're bringing to the table going forward. It's fine. Because guess what? You're going to notice that as you get more clear and clear, and as you get more focused on your new thing and what's your new direction by calling yourself out, you're going to get double and triple of those people because they can now see you. Like, oh, that's my girl. That's the person I want to talk to. Okay? Let's see here. Vicky, my medicine dream healing, and I just saw your note. I got your comment. You did your dragon homework. She changed her name years ago. I listened to my intuition. And it was time to grow into a new name. Yeah, it happens. It totally happens. We need to allow the growth to happen. We cannot fit those shoes no more. Those shoes need to go. Weird. The going gets weird. The weird get pro. Yeah, get pro. Be pro. Don't let it bother you. Don't let it bother you. Come on. How many, we hear the stories, right? Like all these multi-bajillionaires, rappers, singers, dancers, everything. They've had all this kind of all this kind of failures on their road to overnight success. Don't worry. It's just a bump in the road. Are you going to get back up or are you going to call it a day? Totally okay. Let's see here. Catherine, not really spot on. I love that. I'm a little curious about what your day-to-day looks like. I'm sharing more of that in the lifestyle one. Definitely. Because I was going to do it like twice a month. And I didn't, it's kind of like my goal. So if you're on my email list, you automatically get it. Just think of it as a supplement. Okay. That's all it is. No hard feelings. Yes. Bless and release those unsubs. It's fine. Unfollowers, unsubs, clients that are no longer aligned with you, it's okay. It's okay. Like Diddy. Yep, Diddy, Jay-Z, similar situation. You just gotta own it. Let me see. I'm just going back through. Oh, Lennon. Oh my God, I kept calling you Lamont. Oh, hey, I'm Death Mike or Milwaukee. Oh, Lennon, I totally love whatever it is you're doing. It's so fun. Yeah. Vanessa on Instagram, she's saying that, like P. Diddy had several evolutions. He took it on yeah, he totally did. He was coming out when the whole multi-/preneur thing was happening. Did he care? There were people who were like, Diddy, stay in your lane, just be a rapper. And like, no, he didn't. He was like, I'm going to do my thing. Don't put baby in the corner. Right? So be at peace with it. Be at peace with it. Like for some of you, okay, it's new beginnings. Go for it. What do you have to lose? You're new. Go for it. Flex and stretch. Just go for it. For the other half of you, where you're established, you're not starting over. Your skills, your know-how, it easily will translate over to the something new. Something new is different from starting over. Totally different energies. Okay? Yeah, P. Diddy definitely is a dragon. He definitely is a dragon. I absolutely would say that. I would say he's an interlocking circle for sure, his business model, because he has like so many different things and they're all interconnected and they all work together. So, yes. Okay. So does anyone else have any question? Earl Carroll, I don't know. I know I've heard of Pete Carroll and Errol Flynn. Does that help? They're like, no. Sorry, love. Anybody have any specific questions they want me to try to answer for them? Oh, I'm trying to be mindful. I'm trying to be mindful of our time. Stephanie on Facebook says she hasn't settled on her model yet. That's okay. You know, put an offer out there. My first offer was the 13-month reading, and that was it. I was like, okay, I'm going to offer a reading, and I hope someone likes it. You know, just put it out. I had none of the content wasn't there, none of this. It was just like a bunch of random, nonsensical, unrelated blog posts. You know, there were way more people established than me in the astrology space and obviously in the business space. And I just put an offer out there, be like, who wants this? Talked about it. You know, business models. Okay, so Lennon on Instagram is talking about business models, and I think also Stephanie's talking about the same thing, but she's on Facebook. Here's the thing: business models. All of business. If you look up the word business or the term business model, it's just how you make money in your business. And so that's your offers. What are your offers? We make it so complicated. We're like, oh my God, I need to like do a bus billboard and I need to have all these funnels and set up. Why can't you just tell people, hey, I have this thing? You can go on social media, depending on where you are, obviously what you're doing. Just tell people, I have this thing. It's a way to make money. Your business model in simple terms, how your business makes a profit, how your business makes money. That's a business model. That's just what it is. You know, you got to trust yourself. Got to trust your intuition. Lennon had a great question. Who do you trust? Trust yourself. You know, that's true. This isn't a handshake. This is definitely becoming a much more, it's more digital, you know, so take advantage of it. You know, find our jobs as business owners is to find more people who like our stuff or who will buy from us, who gets it. You know, Stephanie's saying is like, they don't want what I currently have. What do they want? And are the people who are asking for that, are those the people you want to work with? That's a twofold question. If what they want, if they don't want what you currently have, what do they want if they are your ideal clients? Do not create offers for people who are not your people, because you'll just end up being doubly miserable. And then it'll just be like a hard tooth and pulling teeth moment here. Signature system stuff, your top 3 graphics, or use the graphics as your guide, your top 3 picks for business models or for signature systems, and your bottom 3 that you're like, not me. If not, I'm going to arbitrarily assign one to you. I'm going to give you triangle, because like no one really is a triangle online. It's mostly brick and mortar. So Catherine on Facebook says, I have a question for new business owners. How many products offers would be good to start with? The one that's easiest for you to sell. Just start getting momentum. Don't worry about perfection. Don't worry about perfection when you're first starting out. Just just cross the threshold. Be like, hi, for you, let's just say it's for your practice. Be like, hi, I have a new, I'm using an assessment tool that's a combination of astrology and psychology. It's blank dollars. It's like, hey, this is what I'm talking about. If you're interested, the next step is this. Or if you're interested, you know, sign up for my email list. Make it super easy for people to get to know you. Oh, no, thanks. I'm not sure which that one was. Okay. Steph says they aren't her ideal clients, the people who are bugging her, who don't want what you want. Okay, well, it's cleaning house. You have to clean house. Those clothes aren't going to fit anymore. Those shoes are hurting your feet. You've outgrown them. So make what you want for your ideal clients, or if your offer is exactly what you want to offer, but the people that you're pitching them to or you're marketing to are not your ideal clients, start. I mean, I know you're on Instagram. We can lean on old school tactics and go by hashtags. Start hashtagging. Start doing live. I mean, you're calling your people out. You look glorious. You know, we have to give them time to know that you're there. We have to give them time to know that you're there. Oh, you guys are talking about the triangle. Sorry. Go full Richter and go global. Lennon, absolutely. You know what? There's something to be said about, like I said, when I was making the transition from the business mystic, to like have her fully be developed from a freaking great company. I didn't just like burn a freaking great company to the ground. I still had to take care of those clients that were there, but I slowly but surely built up the business mystic and started letting people know this is what I'm about. This is what I'm talking about. And so if you're interested, sign up for my email list. Like I'm not trying to give you a how-to about it, but I'm just telling you how I did it was sign up for my email list, check out my blog, follow me, and I threw spaghetti at the wall. Y'all, if you go back to my Instagram feed, like go back in time, like you'll see the evolution of it. Like I'm an open book. There's nothing polished here about this. So Tashina says, I'm letting go of the law of attraction talk, and now I'm unsure who my target market is. How do I pivot my biz while looking for new audience/market/clients? Tashina, the first thing I would definitely say, since you're letting go of something, is number one, have a point of view. What do you want? Identify what you want to talk about. What is your point of view? What is important to you? What do you feel you need to talk about? And then two, you since you're already established and you kind of have a good experience, you should already have the foundation of knowing how to identify who your ideal audience is, who you really want to work with going forward. So maybe before you only worked with women and now you're like, I kind of want to work with men too. So you want to start using languaging like, hey men, and hey folks, if you're if you're a woman and you're looking for this type of situation, I can help you. If you're a guy, or whatever pronoun you want to use, because I know that, again, depending on who your target market is, talk to me. I'm here. I'm offering this new service to help cater blah. I'm kind of all over the place with that one, but I was just trying to give you an example of that you have experience knowing how to address your audience that you want to work with. Oh gosh, I'm trying to scroll through all this. Okay, sorry Instagram fam, trying to go through all the pictures here, Okay. So that's kind of exactly what I'm talking about. It's kind of important just to say, okay, who do you want to work with? And then you could be honest, be like, you don't have to make an announcement like, I will no longer talk about law of attraction, and then make a departure speech. You could just stop talking about it. You could just stop talking about it. If you have blog posts, if you have web pages that are getting traffic from the law of attraction stuff you have, you can still put it out there and say, hey, this is, if you want to, you could put something like, I no longer offer law of attraction coaching sessions, but I offer this instead. Click here to learn more. Super easy. Catherine says, oh, they're talking about triangles. Okay. So Lennon, too much competition crapping in my backyard. You look like you're very smart. So I feel like, competition is the way. But if you just, look at what they're doing and be like, I'm better. Just let your people know you're better. Proclaim it. I'm better because of this reason. I've got longevity. I have a proven track record. My people are awesome. They're cute. They have great personalities. We're no drama. We're with the digital age. I learned a lot about the perception of competition from watching Mad Men. It was very bizarre. I was like, oh, this is weird, but yeah, I get it. and that episode in Mad Men where they're talking about smoking. I'm not a smoker, and I'm not judging anyone who is. But they're talking about how the government started making cigarette companies put the Surgeon General's warnings on their boxes, and they were all freaking out about how to address this issue. And that guy who's he's really not a good person, but you're kind of sort of not sure if you're rooting for him. The main character, he's like, well, we have to put that too on our product, so do the other ones. So let's just focus on something else. We're all in the same boat. So what makes us stand out? And it's something else. It was just so bizarre. No drama can be avoided in any industry. There's drama in all industries. Even saintly ones. Okay, does anyone have any other questions? Oh yeah, Facebook kind of noticed that that profiles on Facebook, profile pictures were being weird, and yeah, it's totally obvious. I could see that. Does anyone have any other questions? I'm actually going to try to stick it in here. Not a triangle. I promise I will not give you a triangle then, but if you can't come up with your top 3 or your bottom 3, I will give you triangle as like, this is your thing. Thank you, Lennon. I like to think I'm rad. I'll toot my own horn. But yes, I'm going to just check comments. Going to go back in time. Tashina, did I answer your question about letting go of what to do? I would know what your point of view is. Since you're letting go of something, there's a reason why, and I'm pretty sure you know what you want to talk about instead. And you want to, and if you want to talk about, let's just say, manifesting with color, let's just pretend like that's your point of view now. Then the first point of your ideal audience would be people who appreciate or are curious about manifesting with color. Like that would be the first point of your ideal audience. What you want to offer next, your ideal client or your ideal audience that you're moving towards, that's something they already built in appreciate. Okay. Totally cool. Like for me, Tashina, I was not meant to talk about witchy stuff. It's just not my thing. It's not, I do it. It's fun. I belong to Coven. Awesome. All that really great stuff. But I don't talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. There's like plenty of people who talk about it. I want to talk about like astrology. I want to talk about tarot. I want to talk about other things, mainly astrology, mainly about strategy and, being, like how to use these innate things that you like we need to stop. I'm trying to help people undo the beat downs, if you will, of their personalities and of their brilliance. Probably a lot of you have this where you were the tallest poppy and you were cut down. It was not okay or safe to stand out. Like on some, like all of you have this thing about it. And it shows up in different places. Like my dragons, it shows up in a different way than it would for my diamonds, than it would for, for the palms. Totally different ways it shows up. Oh, I love Tahoe. I'm a native SoCal girl. Your pontoon. I love it. Evolve with your passions and values and truths. Yeah, because you don't want another job. You don't, right? Like that's not what we're here to do. We are not here to create a job that we don't love and we don't enjoy. Like, what is that about? Does it make sense? Okay, let's see here. All right. All right, Facebook fam, any questions? Oh, doing business for my mother. That's sweet, Lennon. I do business for my family. I do business for my family too. I work for my daughter. She's adorable. I want her to know that she doesn't have to, she can just be her. But, she's a Taurus. She's a Taurus. Bye, Lennon. Okay, we are coming up on the hour, and I just wanted to go ahead and check on everybody. Anybody have any other questions? You're so welcome, Lennon. Thank you. Join me next week. It's my birthday. Next Wednesday is my birthday, folks. Don't let me be alone. Don't let me be alone on my birthday. Next Wednesday, March 10th, Pisces baby. Be here. Don't let me be alone. I'm going to be talking about things I would do differently. If I could start over, if I had to start over, this is what I do. A lot of fun tricks and treats. I might even give away prizes on my birthday. Who knows? I'm a Pisces. So make sure to show up next week, 6 p.m. Central Time. All right. If we are all good, just type in thank you, and I will know to end the live stream. Hopefully y'all had gotten some really good tips here because it's pretty awesome. Like I said, I love doing these. I love helping folks, and I do so much better talking to people. Like I'm never going to be a podcaster because I feel weird. I'm like, okay, there's no one here but me, and I have to pretend like I'm having fun. See, Suzanne, did I answer all your questions? I'm so glad we get to hang out next week. I am. I got all my palms on Instagram. Yes. Next week is my birthday, Instagram fam. Be here next Wednesday, March 10. I'm a Pisces baby. I'll know. Yes, Stephanie, Pisces sister. Your birthday was the beginning of the month, though. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Catherine, Steph, do your homework. I think Vicky turned in all your homework already. Gonna be checking everybody. You're gonna love the playbook once you're done with your homework. Bonnie's not here, but she was the first person who got her homework done. So I know Bonnie, she's such a Cancer, right? Cancer dragon. All right, everybody. I heart you all. Please take care. Have a great evening. Have a great evening. Be safe, and I'll talk to you soon. I'll see you all next week for my birthday. Bye. Okay.